right, welcome back to another episode of About Even, the number one sports betting show on planet Earth. Not even close, number one, not even close. Brought to you by our good friends at Ned's, the only place to have a bet. If you are going to have a punt, do it this weekend. Take the Ned's level, do it responsibly. You get it. You get it. Apologies for my voice. Manly's not a Knights, don't want to get into it, but that's just where my voice was gone. I've left it there. Joining us as always, Edward from Hello Sport, Sebo of Breaking the Yips fame and also of About Even fame, and the one and only Random Stats guy.
You are struggling. Jesus, you might need to nip back into the Star and have a look for that voice of yours.
Well, you
should have seen him on the course yesterday.
Well, I saw him yesterday morning. Fuck then.
Dude, no, yesterday on the golf course, like, not even a word of a lie, like, the worst I've ever hit a golf ball in my entire life. Like,
it's the worst I've seen someone play.
Yeah.
The worst you've seen someone play.
Dude, it was...
The worst thing is that they couldn't hear you scream four. They just got hit.
No, there was no four. It wasn't getting past the ladies' tee boxes.
No, dude, like, seriously.
Oh, that bad?
Like, the worst. I couldn't hit a thing. I could not hit a thing. And I hit, like, out of the entire day's golf, I reckon I probably hit, like, 4,000 shots. I would have hit maybe 4 well. My best shot of the day, I still managed to lose the ball. I don't know how. I just was like, I bought a fuckload of balls, and I was like, if I couldn't find it, I wasn't walking for it. I was just like, fuck it.
Did you regret playing?
No, it was fun catching up with the fellas, but they didn't have carts, so regrettably, that was upsetting.
Did you play 18?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You walked 18 after that. You're a fucking idiot.
Mate, what do you mean? I made a commitment to friends. That's not an idiot. Fucking catching up with friends.
I'd have burnt that commitment to the ground, bro.
I know you would have, mate.
Yeah, you
not
know,
me.
100%.
Not
I'm
me.
too smart.
I just fucking front up, do the tough stuff, and play awful golf. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean...
Were you getting embarrassed? Like, were you getting, like...
Yeah, no, at parts I definitely was, because it was bad. And, like, I was saying to Sam, I was like... I sometimes am like, when it comes to golf, right? Like, I'm not good generally, but I'm definitely better than that. But I'm like, you know, sometimes you expect more of yourself than actually what you should. It's like, I'm better than this. It's like, well, no, you're really not better than this. But I was better than what I was. Like, yesterday was fucked.
Were you telling people that you're usually better than that? Like,
no, I basically was just rolling around, just dealing with it. Yeah. But because initially it started off like slow, where I was like, this is pretty much where I'm at from a form perspective. Like, I'm not that good, don't play very often. But then it got to the point where like I just couldn't, like I couldn't even get onto one.
Yeah, it was like you started okay on the front, not like bad, but okay. Like,
yeah.
But then the back nine, it was just like, it was, just...
The wheels fell off.
So you just topped every shot.
Yeah, dude, like a lot of them. They were calling me Tommy Toe Punk, because it was like I was just kicking the ball with my toes. I was just like, just skipping forward.
Who won?
Sebo. I honestly stopped. I just started playing Ambrose with whoever hit the best ball.
Good on you, mate.
Anyway, so the voice is...
So you punt. So, like, you play golf the way you punt, basically.
Certainly this week. Certainly this week. It's been tough.
You took the biggest game, cunt.
It's been tough.
When I saw that you didn't get a single bet, I was loving it. I'm like, what an idiot.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And in the context of how you went this weekend, which we'll get to. But let's do that now. It's time for some accountability. What I might do, because my voice is failing me, and because I don't have much to celebrate just in the early bets, mate, why don't you take us through some of the bets this week, Edward?
Okay, I can do that, mate. Eels defeated the Storm 22-14. Sebo, what'd you have, brah? You slewed it here.
Yeah, Sevo and Nofaluma. And I'm pretty sure Nofaluma scored. Like, it was one of those situations where I was at
he did score because you got the bet right.
I was at a dinner, but then I was listening to it on a radio, like driving back from family dinner, and there was like 10 minutes to go or something, and I was like, the bet hasn't finished. And then you walk inside, open up Instagram, and you see a few comments, and you're like, Sebo, and you're like, oh, what's happened? And then you're like, Nofaluma. I'm like, oh, haven't got a Thursday nighty for a while, I think. So I was pretty happy with that.
Am I unlucky in that I just needed a coach?
Well...
And I was brave enough to pick the Eels, you know what I mean? Like, none of you dogs were. Well, actually, Irish.
I don't think it's unlucky. Yeah.
You don't think it's... I'm not even saying bad beat, just an unlucky?
If he got a try pulled away that
I think
was
he
a try,
might.
then
I think
it's
he
unlucky.
almost scored one.
But if it's just not having a leg hit,
Yeah.
then it's not unlucky.
But it's the type of leg you're looking at that is more the question I'm asking, right? Like, obviously, if
It
I
was
had a
unfortunate.
Yes.
there you go, unlucky. We'll go with unlucky. Carry on.
Dogs defeated Manly. Look, no one saw this coming. Everyone thought Manly would win. Yeah, well, a couple of people didn't, but it was a tough loss. Tough loss.
Unexpected.
Tough end of the season. We move on. Roosters defeated Rabbitohs. No one right. Now, there is a bit of a theme this week in the NRL, and it starts with an L.
I did go to the game, though, and shout out to, like, this area.
We all
of
went,
Sydney.
I think.
Yep, I was at the game.
Oh, yeah.
I was at the game.
Oh, we all went. There we go.
All
And we didn't
separately.
fucking- we didn't get a chance to hug and kiss.
How
so-
good is it to have a stadium that's like a legitimate stadium now?
Yeah,
like
it's good.
around this area. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I've heard good things about Bank West, but I don't live near Bank West.
Somewhere you can just like
Nip down to the
nip
footy.
down. Yeah. Like I literally was driving there, then realised I was like, I'll get a park somewhere. I was like, wait a second, it's a stadium. So I just parked outside Centennial, walked through Centennial at night, just went down, got in there, half price beers. They even have sea bass on tap there.
Yeah.
Named after me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you get free ones?
Oh, I don't get like free ones on the reg, but I definitely get a good share of sea bass.
Do you tell whoever's pouring the beer that you are Seabass?
Sometimes Millie does, and sometimes I actually do get free beers for that.
Yeah, he definitely tells people.
I reckon you should tell people more. You personally. Or do you get a bit shy?
Yeah, a bit shy, you know.
Rock the Seabass shirt.
Yeah.
Shout out to James Harvey of Eels Brews, who basically indirectly, Sebo and I have probably accounted for like millions and millions of dollars worth of free advertising for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got him onto bloody, late
Colbert
night?
Report, or whatever it is, Colbert
yeah.
Show. So whatever, Jerry, that's fine. It's not a big deal, but millions.
No, it is what it is. Warriors defeated Titans 27-26. Oh, Titans defeated Warriors, rather, 27-26. I was unlucky because Fafita didn't score.
So that is unlucky. We are saying a leg's unlucky. Cool, good to know.
No, yours was unfortunate.
No,
Mine's
that's good to know. I just want to make sure.
No, because he looked like it.
Yeah,
He was sniffing around. Put it that way.
In hindsight, I really just should have done a double stake on Brimo to round it out rather than try to get too fancy. Like I tried to. Brimo is in there.
Brimo's just houses, bro.
Yeah, like it's been 5 weeks in a row that he scored or something, and it's just like should have double, triple staked him or something. But just happy for him to get one in the last game. But I went too crazy.
You'll be lost this week without Brimo.
Yeah, I know.
Look at you in shorts and me in a puffer jacket. What a tale it is. Fucking.
Went for a swim this morning in the ocean.
Dude, I was looking at your arm hair and shit. I'm like, oh, Sebo. When Sebo's arm hair starts to get blonde again, that's when you know summer is actually coming.
You look like you've been swimming this morning.
Yeah.
There's just a vibe about you.
Look at the leg
Tom
hair.
looks
It's
like
blonde.
he's been
I look like
fucking-
I've been in the winter. You're not far off.
No, but
but
it's
I
just
look like I've
your-
been climbing the mountains.
It's your complexion, though, more than anything.
Well, that certainly. Let's not get skin tonal, mate. This isn't. Don't get racial with me. I'm from English descent.
No,
So
it's
there's
the
nothing
puffy
I can
eyes
do.
that I'm referring to, man.
Well, that's the hay fever, and now you're going to get fucking diseases. That's not fair either. But the blonde arm hair.
Oh, they get a hell of
first
a lot
sign
longer
summer.
than this.
Good for you, Sebo. Well done, mate. Dragons defeat the Broncos 22-12. Look, again, unlucky because Mogger and Lomax didn't score, but that's all right. Unlucky. No one had jack shit. We go to the Cowboys defeating Penrith again.
Not a great one for anyone.
Well, Nanai fucked us.
Yeah.
Should have been a penalty try.
Nanai fucked me. I had Robson and Tuolangi. Nanai fucked me. He fucked most of us.
Now, listen, I know I haven't had a good round so far to date, but I would just like to shit on RSG for
This
a
is
second.
actually one of the worst weeks
Yeah.
of
Corbet
my life.
has done nothing so far. And all I'm saying is if you're going to have a crack at me, have a crack at Corbet. 'cause
Well, listen, we'll get to the standings in a moment.
Absolutely. And actually, that's why I'm wearing a hat today. It must have been, didn't wear a hat last week. You have to bring it back. The
okay.
hair just threw me.
Everyone
Dude,
needs
people
a
love their hair.
compliments.
People did love your hair.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
People like seeing your hair out and about. I do notice this week, hat back on, no V-neck either.
No V-neck, no.
I thought, though, a man of sort of, 90s heartthrob sort of situation, that we'd have a button, at least another button of that Cowboys shirt undone.
Well, I'd appreciate another
Can
button.
be
I mean,
done.
listen,
Can be
and,
done.
you're the sex symbol of the show
I
now.
know.
Obviously. Like it's,
And maybe get your little Greek cross out.
Well, I didn't
that
want
they all have,
I didn't want to overpower Sebo with the shorts either because I
Yeah,
thought
that's
that's our
true.
summer vibe. But yeah, understandable.
Yeah, but just remember that that every week you need to carry the show from a sex symbol perspective.
Absolutely. Great
That's
cross.
your role.
Great cross.
Danny Zuko vibe.
Oh, yeah, I want more jewellery on you, bro. Sharks defeated the Knights. Talakai, who many of us had, he didn't like. He wasn't interested.
I saw it online. Someone, I don't know who posted it, a tile, but you know how we're all like love Talakai because when he tore up Manly and scored like.
I don't think he scored a try
He
since.
scored one try since. That was like round like.
He scored one try
8,
since.
and he's still only paying like $2 each time because it was such a like demolition of Manly. You're like
Morgan Harper, unfortunately.
Well, listen, he was running through a specific channel and a specific.
Well, it was a Manly
way.
channel. It was Manly channel. Like that channel for Manly was awful.
but one
all
try
year.
since.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good to know. Well, he's probably only got one or two more games.
Dude, one try. That's you missed out on that stat.
I know.
That's a stat we could have dealt
He's
with.
brought the shorts and now he's bringing the stats.
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm
threatened is the best
This
word.
is a bit of
You just need to sit there and look pretty now.
Yeah,
That's
no,
all.
exactly.
This is a Greek off, dude.
I think I was a bit of a tough beat there. Obviously, Mulatalo swapping to the right wing and Metcalf getting that try as the third try.
Yeah.
I reckon Mulatalo would have gone 100 as well. So I'm going
tough.
to take that as a tough beat.
I did
Okay.
say there was going to be a hat trick in that game. I just got the wrong guy. Would have been paying
man.
good for Nakora hat trick.
It would have been paying phenomenally. You
But
didn't get it though.
you
did
didn't get it,
No, you just said
so-
it like a vague term. There'll be tries
I
in this
said there
game.
will be
I
a hat
told you
trick.
there'll be tries.
Hat trick in this
Yeah,
game.
okay, no one remembers
And
that.
there was a hat trick
I
in the
don't
game.
remember that.
No one remembers that.
Check the tapes yet again. Check
No,
the tapes.
dude.
You
That's
always
not-
say that. No
That's
one
because
ever
I know
does.
that they're.
Yeah, but it's not our
I know what it's going to
responsibility to
say.
check the
I know what
tapes.
it's going to say.
You should have had that thing locked and loaded to show us if you really fucking meant it.
Raiders defeated the Tigers. I had Raiders 13 plus. Chris Young correct 1090.
I got a bad beat here. Rapana was first try scorer, a fourth try scorer instead of third. So,
So you missed it.
yeah, bad
Cool.
beat.
Sebo, you had Rapana, Sebi, Chris.
Yep, that was locked in, I think, at half time. I'm pretty sure.
Correct at 371. So Tom and Random Stats Guy with none. Nice.
Perfect.
Terrific. We love that.
UFC, Tom, nothing. 0.
Yep. Yep.
Me and RSG had Whittaker correct for a decision, $1.80. Lippy did as well. Sebo had Whittaker for the win, correct, $1.45. You take it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you take
Plus
it.
money.
You take it.
Most of us had Bam Bam KO. He fucking looked like it.
almost.
Round two.
He looked like
Round
it, fucking
two.
knocking that cunt out.
That
and
would have been huge. He could take a punch, though.
He should have jumped on him and just worked. But
I mean, I'm not going to give a cage fighter advice personally,
but what I wanted him to do.
well, of course, I want him to win, but I'm not about to be like, you should have fucking, or you should have double legged him and took him down. Like, what the fuck do we know? Nothing.
Now, Unit Scooper, nothing. It's gone quiet, the Unit Scooper.
Dude, Eunice Cooper has gone quiet.
Yeah.
We're waiting for one to
It's
hit.
gone cold,
It's
bruh.
gone. No, she cold.
She
Yeah.
cold now.
I'm
Real
liking-
cold.
Better warm it up.
I'm liking mine. this
Kitchen
week,
sink
so
multi.
there you go.
Well done, boys. None of you had anything except me. Mulatalo.
Dude, AJ,
First time
I
AJ
knew
didn't
AJ
score.
wasn't scoring this week. I had a feeling. I took him out of all my bets.
Oh, there you go.
And
So
Talakai, Sebo, for fuck's sake.
Oh, no. I've learned.
So, yeah, Talakai ain't it for now.
He ain't it.
No.
Weekly results. I win.
Plus
3
two.
from 12 plus 2.91. Sebo second, 3 from 12 plus 2.52. Lippy third, 1 from 11 minus 4.73. Tom, none from 12 minus 5.38, but didn't come
sucks.
last
That
because
sucks.
all his bets were 100 to 1. Yeah. Figure out why. And Rando, 1 from 12 minus 6.42.
It's a dark day. Dark day.
Dude, pretty
for
shit
Cam,
week from
for
everyone,
me.
to be honest.
Yeah. But this is the darkest.
But at least
Losing
you
to Tom.
two-
Losing to Tom is pretty
Losing
dark.
to Tom.
Very dark.
But you know what? You've lost to a two-time champ, so it's not
Yeah.
all bad. It's not all bad for you.
Former two-time champ.
Former two-time champ. Well, you aren't. Yeah, it's not former. You just are a two-time champ forever, right?
So, like, how do we feel about that fall of Rome thing now?
Well, dude, the season's still going. So, mate, like, I read a quote the other day, and it was by a really inspirational guy, Ned Brockman, who's running across the country. And I'm going to paraphrase the quote
Please.
because I don't remember it.
Oh, that's shocking.
But basically, it's like you're never out of the fight while the fight's still going. So,
Fantastic.
Is that it, was it?
Yeah.
well, I paraphrased it. So while the fight's still going, you're never out of the fight.
Yeah.
And
Unless
that's
you're
how I
getting your
see
head
this.
stomped on.
Nah, never out of the fight.
All right. Standings, Sebo. first, 127 from 580, plus 257.69. You went up, buddy. Closing in on that
plus on a
4,000.
shit round is good.
Rando, second, 14 from 55, plus 6.42. I'm third, 75 from 439 bets, minus 28.93.
In the 20s.
Into the 20s.
Into the 20s.
Tom, last, 69 from 459,
fourth.
minus 40.79.
I'm fourth, not last, but I am into the 40s again, which we aren't.
You're in the
happy
wooden
about.
spoon position.
Well,
Lippy,
technically.
fifth, 35 from 322, minus 77.67. That's accountability, bitches.
Let's get into some bets. Finals footy. We're off. We're into the finals. September footy, finals footy, horny footy, September footy. When we talk it, we're doing it thanks to our good friends at KO. All games live, uninterrupted, ad-free during play. Shout out to KO. Game 1, Battle of the West, Eels, Panthers v Eels, at Panthers. Cleary back, Luai back in the halves. They're looking ready to hump. Panthers $1.40, Eels $2.95. The line 7.5. The total is 39.5. Rando, as the man who came dead fucking last this week, respectfully, of course, I'm going to give you the honours.
Thank you. I'll start here thinking that Penrith obviously going to have to fight back. They've lost, obviously, both games to Parramatta this season. But ever since the new final system has come about, first place has beaten fourth place 7 times out of 10. The Panthers have an 83% win record in the wet. Check the bomb. It's going to be raining in Penrith. Para have a 50% win record in the wet, so they're not wet weather footy teams. The Panthers' last 5 victories have been by 4 points or less, so they haven't been winning big either. So I'm taking Penrith 1-12. When I look to a try scorer, I'm going to put all my cards on Taylor May here. That means that if you watched the podcast before, Isaac Tago usually scores. But I'll take May here. He scored 10 tries in 9 games at Bluebet. He scored in 7 of those 9 games. The Eels' right edge are conceding 39% of their tries this season. The left winger has scored 23 tries in 24 games against Para, and a left side outside back has scored against Para in each of their last 5 games. And just to build the odds up a bit more, I'm taking a pick your own points system and under 48.5 points. The last 16 Panthers Eels matches have been under 48.5 points. Every top 8 clash at Bluebet Stadium has gone under 48.5 points, and the Panthers' last 6 finals games have gone under 48.5 points.
Jesus.
So the unders just screams to me, but this is also an alternative points line, not the actual points line, which I think is at 40 at the moment. So make sure you take that. You chuck them all together, $7.12.
It's just hard to argue when you get stats, you know what I mean? Like, when you've got stats.
It's hard to argue stats.
It's hard to argue stats. Like, you can justify vibe, but it's hard to justify vibe in the face of stats.
Well,
If they're
stats,
conflicting stats.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, vibe has a place, Tom. We all know that. But
Absolutely.
it's hard to fight stats with vibe.
Yeah.
Until vibe wins.
Well, it's only in hindsight that you can really
Exactly.
fight stats with vibe.
Exactly.
And we've always said that, and that's just a universal truth. But unfortunately, those stats compelling as fuck. I found this game difficult to punt on because I hate the Eels, so there's an emotional hatred there. They've beaten Penrith twice, but the Eels lose games like almost when they should win them, or like, you know, when there's like it's a big moment. I don't know. That's vibe. But the Panthers, Wigan now Cleary's back, first game in 5 weeks or whatever. So I'm just going Sevo anytime, $5.07. It's just to fucking help me. I'm bleeding units.
Conservative for you, actually.
I know.
That's almost the most conservative bet you've ever put on.
I'm sort of looking at it a little bit as like, and if you're thinking, if I have to go with this fall of Rome, last week was like maybe a great big charge with like the men I had left. Decimated greatly, and now I'm just having to I'm just like throwing rocks now. I don't have any weapons.
Yep. So you send in your 200-1 odds men, and they've just been
doesn't work.
evaporated.
They've been completely evaporated, and now I'm throwing rocks.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Could be slippery.
Oh, mate, she's slippery.
She's slippery.
But you know what? A couple of good rocks. What was it, David and Goliath? He got a fucking good rock.
He got a good rock off, but didn't he have a...
He had a sling.
He had a sling.
Yeah, well, I'm using primitive fucking weaponry, right? That's where we're at. Do I have a sling? Do I have maybe a sharpened stick? That's the sort of shit I'm operating with right now.
I don't mind it. I respect it that you're actually trying something different. And
well, you got to mix it up when you're at this point, you know.
If you came out with another 300 to 1 freaking 10 tries.
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. You got to pick your moments. I'm not picking anything right at the moment, so we'll see how we go. So,
Good
who's
for
next?
you, mate.
Sebo, Eddie?
I looked at the Bomb as well, saw wet weather football, so I've gone immediately unders. Like, fucking finals games are usually tight. It'll start tight. Defence wins premierships, as they say. I think they'll be fucking ripping and tearing defensively. So I like the unders in the wet. But I need try scorers because I need to juice this fucking thing up. Taylor May of getting off suspension fame or having it fucking postponed till next year.
That's ridiculous.
I think he comes out and scores tries. I can just see journos next week fucking blowing up Deluxe.
They're already blowing up.
But I want to see him melt down. And that involves Taylor May scoring a try, so he goes in, and Micah Sevo because he's unfucking stoppable. That's why. If Opicic passes him the ball, he's very likely to score a try. I think Opicic, in the face of finals glory, I think maybe he gives it. You know what I mean? I'm hoping he gives it. He may not. Who knows? But if you put all that together, it's 13-17.
Not bad.
Sweet.
Yeah, look, I'm also on May and Sevo. May for the exact same reasons as Eddie. Like, I love kind of like headline players, putting them in, just creating that chaos with all the journos. So I've just gone straight to May. And then Rando came up with some pretty good stats about the left edge or something, or Para's right edge leaking points. So I go on him. Sevo, just love being on him. Again, as Eddie said, there is a slight problem with Opicic playing inside him, but there has to be a point where he just passes, you know. Like,
well, you can also, you can't rule
cut him
out.
out.
Clint Gutherson just throwing a fucking cut out.
There's enough options there to.
If Clint starts to see a bit of hogging going on.
Yeah.
But you got to know that Opicic probably last season in the NRL, he goes off to England, I'm pretty sure, next season.
Oh,
so
does he?
It's his swan song. He wants the glory. So maybe he's chasing that glory.
Great. Didn't know that. So
we'll
really
cut him
relying
out.
on Gotho here.
Yeah, we're relying on Gutho to fucking read the play.
And then the last, look, I always, since the beginning of the show, have picked that para line against Penrith, and I'm really wrong. And I just couldn't get away from it this time. Even though I think Penrith wins, 7.5 points you're going to give me. Anything over 6, I was like, I will eat that up like a little bloody, what's that nice eel you get from a sushi? Unagi eel? Like,
I've never had that. I'm always like, dude, am I going to get... Like,
you're not going to get it as your first two things.
Like
you're going to get a prawn and like a katsu chicken and maybe like an aburi salmon. But if you've gone through them and you're still hungry...
None of those things. I think I
haven't had aburi salmon.
If you're getting sashimi, you get tuna,
salmon,
kingfish.
Like,
that's sashimi. I'm talking like
Didn't you say
a roll.
sashimi?
No,
but even a roll. Like,
no, aburi salmon is like a cake. It's like...
Yeah, I'm saying, why the fuck would that be one of your early selections? I'm shocked by that.
I'm not talking sushi. Sashimi. I'm talking sushi.
Yeah, but you get sushi is like with you get like salmon.
Get spicy tuna first.
You get like salmon or tuna on the rice.
Yeah, I would say aburi salmon cake's probably like one of my favourites.
Really?
Like a chicken katsu or something.
Chicken as well. Like, prawn. What are we doing here?
I get chicken.
I don't mind chicken, but again, when I'm going to Japanese,
the chicken from freaking Sushi on Stanley is like
Sushi on Stanley's
a
undefeated.
world above any chicken you have anywhere else.
Sushi on Stanley is best in class, not an ad.
Yep.
Not an ad.
I haven't had it for years actually.
Dude, I get it all the time.
Yeah.
I had it last week.
So yeah, they do a good unagi eel there as well.
Okay,
and
so you're eating up the line.
Yeah, I'm eating up that line.
Like an unagi eel.
Like an unagi eel. So that's para plus 7.5.
Never had an unagi eel.
Sevo May, what's that? 862. That gets up. I'll bring everyone some unagi eel.
Okay,
beautiful.
I'll try it if it gets up. It better be fresh. Who's the Lippy dribbler and what's they doing?
Lippy dribbler. He's on Instagram. He's
I met the bartender guy.
Oh, no,
Mateo.
after Eddie was being cruel to him.
Yeah, no, he was actually... I met him at the footy. He came up to us.
He didn't go very well.
No, he didn't go well. But he was like, no. That was... He actually, I think, liked getting ripped apart.
Yeah,
So
of course he did.
Mateo,
of
the
course
bartender.
he did. This guy, look, I don't know his name because I've only got his handle here, but it's... what do you reckon that is? Or is that his name?
Marley Cimberlin.
Marley.
Marley. But I guess Marley's is, yeah.
Look, I thought Marley was the name for a dog, but that's okay.
Yeah, is that Marley and Me?
Yeah.
So
That's a real tearjerker.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, bruz.
This
I'm not
isn't the
gonna see
dog,
it.
is it?
Huh? Yeah, it's the dog. I haven't seen it because I couldn't handle like a dog.
I
dying
just
and
can't
shit.
handle sad movies anymore. I'm like, you know what? The
Oh,
world's
no,
fucked up enough. Give me
Don't
a
watch
happy
it.
ending.
Honestly, it's too much.
Yeah,
It's
no.
too much.
What's the point of it? Oh,
No.
here's a lovely story about a dog that dies.
I don't
you,
need
You
that.
get to know the dog. He becomes part of the family. Then he fucking dies.
No, you don't.
Great.
You don't need it.
No.
Terrific.
It'll
No amount
fuck
of
you up.
fucking hilarious Owen Wilson can bring me back from that.
It's not funny at all. It's devastating.
Well, exactly.
So, old Marley, mate, is going Panthers, Sevo under 48.5 as well. Yeah, 6.26. So he's aligned with
Interesting.
Jeez,
Brando.
how does he come? Yeah, fair
That's
enough.
very odd.
We have not talked.
Okay, you better not
he's
know
on the
this
same level.
fucking
Yeah,
guy,
have you
Rando.
No
Is he a
idea.
mate of
Definitely not my
yours?
fake
You
account
don't
that I've
know.
got two separate
Yeah,
bets going
yeah,
to
yeah,
try and
right.
knock
Yeah.
down Tom.
Alternate total. He's picked the exact same alternate.
Well, there you go. Well, that's the highest amount you can get for unders on
Right.
Neds. So maybe he's trying to cover himself too.
Okay.
Shout out to
Same
Neds.
mental.
Shout out to
So I
Neds.
like it.
Yep.
Next up, we have Storm v. the Raiders. Amy Park. Storm, $1.38. Raiders, $3.10. The line, 8.5. Total, 42.5 points. Edward, what are you doing?
I've just got a feeling that the Raiders could do something this week. I don't know what it is, but it's deep within my loins. I think we can all agree that the Storm have gone off the boil, metaphorically, of course.
Not literally.
No, they're not literally off the boil. They weren't boiling literally. They
Right.
were metaphorically boiling.
Because that'd be a problem.
But now they're no longer. Okay, we up to date? We with me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will cover myself, though, because they have to go down to Melbourne. Tough place to play. I think I heard once there's stats about Raiders going well down there. I don't have them for you. Look them up. So I'm going to go Raiders with the start. Raiders with the start. 8.5 points. Juicy. That's juicy for mine. I like that. Sebi Chris goes in. Why? Because he does it for me every week. And Hudson Young, who I've now got a fucking love affair with, who rips and fucking tears, put them together. 15.98.
Not
Huddy been scoring some fucking tries, dude.
Correct.
He's that type of guy, though, he can, like, score from a standing start almost, Huddy Young.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he just gets the ball, nothing going on, and he can score.
Beast.
Yeah.
Beast.
Rando.
Taking the Raiders, but also cautious about Melbourne in Melbourne. Also know that the fifth place team has a 9-1 record against the 8th place team when they played them in the finals, so they've just absolutely dominated them. But the Raiders have won their last 4 games at Amy Park. There's that form.
There we go.
There you go. There is a stat.
Don't need to look it up now.
No.
The Raiders have covered the line as the underdog in 3 of their 4 away games this season. So only one home team as the favourite has covered the line against Canberra. In Melbourne's last 9 finals in the first week, they've only won 1 by 13 plus points, so it won't be a flogging if Melbourne do go out. And the Raiders have only won, I think, 2 games by 13 plus, and that's been like the last 2 games against Manly and the Tigers.
Didn't need to bring that up.
Yeah, sorry, I had to. The Raiders are conceding 47% of their tries on their right side compared to 35% on the left. Matt Tomoko and Nick Kotrick have caused the most tries of any Raiders players, 13 each. The Storm are scoring 26% of their tries down their left edge. For great value, Justin Olam here, he scored in 3 of his last 4 finals matches. So Raiders plus 12.5. Pick your own line again. Justin Olam to score a try, $5.07.
Lovely.
Nice.
Sebastian.
Look, I'm going the Raiders at plus 8.5 as well because I knew that kind of stat against Melbourne. I didn't know the away stat though as well, but that kind of makes sense because if you're getting out of Canberra for the weekend, you're in a bit of a mood. You know what I mean? Like,
You're going to rip and tear. You're going to rip and tear.
You're just happy to be out of there.
That's
aren't
a
you?
good point.
Yeah,
It's a good point.
The best they got going on is like come down to look at Lake George.
Questacon.
A man-made lake.
Yeah,
that's
wow,
polluted.
cool.
Look, no offense, Canberra, but like, yeah, just as in the state. But the Raiders are going all right.
It's a territory, don't worry.
Oh yeah, and I just think they've got a bit of a vibe on. I feel they've won like 7 from 8 in the last, and so they're just kind of on the up. Storm are just a bit shaky. Again, that 8.5 doesn't matter if they lose. I've got 8.5 points there, and then I've been going Norfoluma each game. He's kind of my double ender because I'm also taking Rapana. I'm taking Rapana for the Raiders. Norfoluma. it might be a bit of a kind of scrappier finals game than the other ones. That gets a bit of wingers opening up. So those two plus Raiders is $9.11.
Yeah, look, I'm Raiders as well. I'm not doing any lines though to try and save me here. I'm just fucking taking the Raiders. I just think they can do it. There's something about the Storm. Obviously they got injuries and shit, but they're just not all there. Raiders are in a bit of form. It's not that good a form. You know what I mean? I don't trust it, but I'm feeling it. Now, Rapana at 265 to score that's just juicy as fuck, right? He loves a try, and 265, you're almost taking the piss there. So Rapana's going to get over, and Sebi Chris, because I haven't been on a Sebi Chris for a while, and everyone else has, and it's annoyed me. And so I want a piece of Sebi Chris. I've been a fan of Sebi Chris since he burst onto the scene. I've been a dick rider for Sebi Chris, but then I just sort of haven't been utilising him, and I've been seeing everyone utilising him.
So you haven't been dick riding?
I haven't been riding it hard enough.
We haven't been riding it at all.
Well, I haven't been riding it at all. I want back on the ride.
Yeah.
I want back on the ride.
It takes commitment because when you open up any time try score and you see Rapana there and stuff, Savage, Chris can be...
Patriots.
Yeah. Well, Sebi Chris paying $3.15 though, right? Like that's good.
Yeah.
He should be shorter than that.
Yeah,
the amount of tries he's scored. If Talakai hasn't scored since fucking round 7,
exactly.
He's $2.
Exactly. So you go Raiders into Rapana and me back riding Sebi Chris's hog. You're gonna get $14.22. It's about as bold as I get, I think, this week. But yeah, I like that bet for me personally. I'm a real big fan of it.
You like that bet for you personally?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's Marley and me doing?
He's going just Storm to win, and then he's going Coates and Sebi Chris as well for 736. So he's kind of playing in the right areas this week.
He is playing in the right areas.
Yeah.
This guy's actually betting. This guy's bets kind of like intimidating.
Well, I think he's, which is unusual for Lippy's, he's betting to try and win this fucking thing. I don't know what the fuck the bets are they roll out most weeks, but they're...
Yeah.
It's the bright lights that we've talked about, but they don't make any sense most of the time.
Yeah, they're trying to get like a $30 to $50 bet and then like somehow get their name like
up in lights.
Engraved somewhere, but you realise winning the week gets you the name engraved, not winning one bet. You know, like you need to win multiple bets, then you get your name on the board, on the honour board. So you've got to have a crack, not just try to get glory.
You must win bets. So like 40 to 1, highly unlikely.
Yeah.
And you're betting to win 5 units anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like...
So if they win that one bet and lose the others, they're still not going to win the week.
Exactly.
Yeah. Haven't figured it out.
Well done, Marley and me. You are impressing us early, unlike the movie, which is sad and the dog dies. We move on.
It's a good movie, but it's just
good movie.
It's just too sad.
It's a sad movie.
Yeah.
I don't want sad.
No.
Give me happy. Sharks, Cowboys. At Sharks. $1.72 for the Sharks, $2.15 for the Cows. The line, 2.5. Total 42.5 points. Sebo, I'm going to throw it over to you.
Yeah, look, I just think the Sharks are going to win this one. If you say Melbourne's gone off the boil, maybe the Cows have as well. I'm not sure. Like, I know they beat Penrith by like 20 points or 25 points against a B side last week, but I don't know. I feel the Sharks are on the up and the Cows are on the down. They're kind of just crossing over now. I don't know. That's just how I feel. And I think Mulatalo gets in. He always gets in. He gets in every week. And then Kyle Felt didn't get one last week. He's kind of been a bit quiet recently. I think you go back to your classics in finals, and Felt is a classic. So those three things together get you $7.01.
Horny. I actually think slightly the opposite. I was laying awake last night, tossing and turning on this game, going, fuck, what do I do here? Big game, really important for me to show out for all of my followers. And
your army of freaking guys in like potato sacks.
Yeah. My army of dudes with like pebbles and fucking sharpened twigs trying to defend the fucking city walls that are on fire. I actually think the Cows, I think that they may have humped themselves back into a bit of form. I don't believe in either of these teams from like a premiership perspective, right? They're both done well, but they're almost like, if I'm in the top 4 and these two teams are in, like if my team, say Manly's in the top 4, and these two teams are, I'd be like fucking these easy beats. But they're against each other. I actually think the Cows, I like the Cows, and I like Drinky, and I like Nanai anytime. you're going to get $14 and you're going to get 19 cents on the back of that.
I don't have much faith in both sides, to be honest. I'm going to lean towards the Sharks because they're at home. It's going to be a fucking hostile crowd at Shark Park. The Cows, from memory, don't love playing in Sydney historically, Tom. So I'm going to go with the Sharkies, give them the edge, the home ground advantage, simple as that. I think Mulatalo will score because he scores every fucking week, and I think Murray Tuolangi will score because he scores every week. Put it all together, 867. Randa.
Easy. Obviously, wearing the Cowboys attire today, not a DMC follower.
It's a nice
Just roll
shirt.
it.
Well,
it's very nice.
Dragons are out,
Magic
so you've
round
picked a
stuff.
side in the finals.
No, I haven't. Well, I wouldn't just pick this shirt. You just can't walk down.
Oh,
Rebel
well,
Sport and
what,
get
you
this
haven't had a
bad boy.
week to buy a fucking shirt when
You
you
think
the
they still
Dragons
sell
were
these? They
making
sold
the
out
eight.
ages ago.
Oh, come on.
Anyway,
What is
obviously,
that? What is on there?
It's just a.
What is that?
It's just a cloud, a rock.
That's a cloud or a rock?
I don't know.
Fucking-
There's some reeds.
If you look closer,
Maybe it's an
fucking
island.
I didn't
weird.
draw it.
It'd be like an island. What's it made of? What's the feel of that, Eddie? Can you give us a feel check?
No,
Is it rayon?
It's not rayon.
No, it's not rayon?
It's
Silk? It's not silk,
No,
is
it's
it?
not silk. It's polyester.
Polyester.
Oh, it's
yeah.
a poly. Okay.
Yeah. Very cheap at Magic Round, but I'll take it anyway. Obviously, beating Penrith, the first team to beat Penrith by 30-plus points in 3 years. We were also had our, obviously 10 players rested for Penrith, but, Tom Dearden was playing with one nut. We don't talk about that.
Yep.
Hess also out, and we've been resting Jonathan Thurston for 4 years. So we had some
I was
players
like,
out
what the
as
fuck?
well. Since winning the 2016 Premiership, the Sharks have lost 5 of their last 6 finals games. The Cowboys have won 7 of their last 10 finals games, and only 2 of those have been outside of Queensland, so they can play finals footy in Sydney. So that myth busted, Eddie. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
The Cowboys have also won 6 of their 9 games against Cronulla in September. So I'm taking the Cowboys, of course. Then I look at try scorers. Carl Felt has scored 7 tries in his last 4 games against the Sharks. The Sharks are conceding 50% of their tries on the left side compared to just 30% on their right side. So if the Cowboys are any chance, they got to come down that right side. The Sharks' right winger has scored in each of the last 4 Cowboys-Sharks matches. Connor Tracy has scored 4 tries in his last 4 games against North Queensland, so I'm tucking Tracy in as well there. Cowboys felt Tracy, $9.14.
Love that you're going Cows. Love that you're going Cows.
I feel like those you weren't looking for stats. To help
No, I
pay
didn't.
the-
Those were the easy ones. They just popped up.
Yeah, that's right.
I was
And also,
probably
though,
took me about
didn't you
5
also
minutes.
say, wasn't there something around like when the Sharkies are playing in front of a full house,
Yeah.
they aren't as good?
They aren't as good. They aren't winning big.
Yeah,
they
so
and they've all been
against-
against bottom 8 teams.
Yeah,
most of it.
exactly.
Yeah,
so
as
now
well.
they're against a fucking,
Yeah.
a serious side there.
Yeah, a serious side. 30 points.
Serious
against
side.
Penrith without Thurston.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Marley
Crazy.
and me.
Against their
Marley and me.
fucking second string side. It's impressive.
No, we were second string too. One nut didn't.
One nut.
Did we forget that? Try
You
playing
know
a
he
game with
said.
one
You know
nut.
he said that if he was going to miss the final series, we were going to chop it off.
Yeah, that was brave. I'd
Brave.
back
I don't
that.
know if it's necessary.
We go back to me donating my nut, my left
Oh,
nut.
okay. Yeah, well, we
back.
could have done that.
So I did offer him that as
You
a
offered
backup
that.
play.
Okay, so he
that's why
would've
he felt
known.
more confident to go on.
Oh, because he knew he had your nut.
He had a nut.
If you needed
100%.
him.
And I mean,
He saw me in
like,
the V-neck.
quite
said,
a nut.
"That
Yeah, like, look at the fucking pipes on him, you know what I mean? Like,
Be
he's...
interesting if you got like if he took your nut and then ended up having like a Greek kid. It'd be
Well,
suspicious.
yeah, it'd be a mixture of like this, like
Well, it's win-win
blonde
in that sense.
Aussie Queenslander Greek kid.
Yeah, come out with a full head of hair and pipes that won't quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get many Greeks up in far north Queensland.
They will now. We're starting.
Yeah, what's he doing?
Look, Marley and me is got I reckon he's got the better of the round, well, the game here. He's got either team to win less by 12.5. Felt and Mulatalo for 663. Now we're both evenly split on Sharks and Cows. There's not much trust going on either there, so it probably will be tight.
So he splits us. He's done nice there.
12.5 as well. So 12.5, and then Felt Mulatalo. Like
a good bet.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, this guy's...
It's a good bet.
Yeah, he's put in some work.
No, he has put in some work.
This is like when someone, when you go into like school, and you meant to do a presentation that you whip together the night before, and then
Everyone over
you
did.
put yours up, and you're like, I think I did pretty good. Then he clearly has been working on this for weeks. This kid,
Yeah,
like,
what was
this
the
is
one you did in
phenomenal.
year 6, the HSIE one, where you like edited it to Daft Punk, and I was
No,
like,
I edited it to
oh,
Fat Boy Slim.
fuck, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That was one of the great prezos all time.
One of the best. Alexander the Great speech, time timed with the drops of Fat Boy Slim right here, right now, as I go through battle statistics of like how many soldiers were in each army and shit.
Yeah. It was elite.
How did you get? You score well?
Yeah.
And mine was like, mine was like, it was just like on a bit of cardboard. You know, you get like this big piece of cake, like glue some shit on there. I see Seb's, I'm like, okay, I'm fucked. We move on to the Roosters v the Rabbitohs back at Allianz. Roosters $1.57, Rabbitohs $2.40. The line is 4.5. The total is 56.5 points. Now, I'm going to go to you, Edward, to kick things off here.
Thank you, Thomas. We know what happened last week. I think the Roosters are too fucking classy for the Rabbitohs. I'm sorry, but it's true. It is what it is. I think the Roosters will be in the grand final. That's my prediction. Unless they have to play the Penrith in the prelim, then obviously it changes. But I think they can go all the way. I'm taking Roosters minus 4.5. I think that they turn the fuck up this week. They don't have Joey Manu, but Suoliti comes back in. Guy can fucking play rugby league football. So Roosters minus 4.5. Suoliti to score a try. And AJ, I think he didn't score last week, but I don't think that he's going to go 2 weeks in a row. I think that's highly unlikely. Put it all together, 6.44.
Yeah, 4.5 points.
Skinny.
At $2. Like when they humped them as much as they did last week, you're a fucking
10 points.
psychopath.
Nah, it was a humping.
It was a humping.
It was like 10 or 12. It wasn't
Nah, there was a bit of cheap stuff.
Bruh, there was cheap shit at the end when the rest trying to square up. You guys got humped.
But lost Cam Murray, like arguably our most important player in the first minute. Didn't have Damien Cook, arguably like our second most important player. Didn't have Campbell Graham, and we're running these outside backs that have barely any experience. And we didn't lose 13 plus.
You got humped.
To be fair, that was your first loss without Damien Cook since 2019.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so every time that you've not had Damien Cook, you've won in the last 2 seasons.
So
maybe Cam Murray.
Second most, I said.
Yeah. But like for $2 for 4.5 points, like the Roosters are definitely winning this game. And then I also liked, because, you've got Suwali there at any time try scorer, but what's he paying you? $1.90, which actually isn't that bad. But
it's not too bad.
It's not too bad. But if you want to try and get some juice from our boy Joseph, you go for 2 or more. That's how I see it anyway. And for 2 or more, you're getting $5.25. So you got Roosters minus 4.5 into Swali, 2 or more, $7.55. Throwing rocks. I'm throwing rocks.
Not bad.
Where are we next? Randall.
I'm going to do the same scenario as the previous week. Roosters minus 4.5 and Milne to score a try. I am absolutely amazed that Tane Milne is $2.65 to score in this game. The fact that he scored a double last week. So that's incredible. The 6th place have a 60% win record over 7th. The Roosters have won 8 of their last 9 games at the Sydney Football Stadium. The Rabbitohs have a 36% win record away from home this year. They are 1-5 against top 8 teams this season away from home. The right winger has scored 4 tries in the last 4 games against the Roosters. Tane Milne has scored 6 tries in his last 6 games at wing, 5 tries in his last 6 Sunday games as well. I think that the Roosters know that the Rabbitohs are going to try and attack that AJ side, and that's why in the last few minutes they came down that right side for Tane, because they just didn't know how to defend that way. So I think that's where they're going to go, the Rabbitohs, if they're going to find points, and Tane Milne usually sneaks in a try here or there for the Souths.
Okay. Sebo, the Rabbitohs apologist. We didn't lose by that much. What are you fucking doing here?
We lost by 10 points. Was it 10 or 12 points? I don't remember. Basically the same thing. Not a humping. And we're missing key troops. Cam Murray is like our key guy.
Last I checked, Cam started the game. So
he was out in the first minute.
I don't know about that.
First set. I was there.
So
to only lose by that much, and now going up against the Roosters without Joey Manu, this whole thing's gotten a whole lot tighter. So I think there's value in the Bunnies win. Absolutely. And then Latrell's going to be so fired up because they were booing the absolute shit out of him. He's going to use that as fuel, and he's going to go as hard as he can. They're going to mark up on him as much as they can. That's going to open up AJ even more. So I've got AJ to go in. He's owed one. They're going to go hard at Latrell. There's going to be more space on AJ. And then, of course, it's a finals game, so I have to go a double-ender in Suoliti. Those 3 things together you're going to get $7.99, basically $8. For AJ to score,
He didn't score last week.
The problem with your bet is that you've got the Bunnies to win.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I think they will win.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I don't. But they won't.
That would be the problem with your bet, though. That'd be the flaw.
Like if I'm running an eye over that thing, I go, that's a red flag. Right there.
Fair enough, but I've got a bit of a vibe.
Well,
Yep.
okay. Marley and me has gone Roosters plus 9.5. Teddy AJ under 50.5.
Yep.
For $7.91. This would be the weirdest he's done, I think. But it's not the worst.
Well, he's
bet.
thrown in Roosters plus, which would be like $1.30.
Yeah.
And I guess that's...
He's just covering his ass there.
Yeah, and then...
Teddy sometimes doesn't score.
Roosters plus 9.5 would be short as fuck.
Yeah, it'd be $1.20 short, $1.10.
Yeah.
So, whatever. He's got it to $7.91, but, bit to happen.
I think he got a bit excited with how good some of his earlier
Yeah, I
bets were.
think so,
Yeah,
dude.
Teddy doesn't score much either.
No. There's just a lot to happen there. Anyway, that is finals week 1 punts. You forget it goes quick. Fucking only 4 games. We thank KO for their support, continued support. Time to move on with our lives into some NFL. All right, punters, dribblers, NFL's back. That crept up on us. Were we paying attention? Not really. Do we pay much attention to the NFL? Shitloads. So we're doing 1 game a week. But we're going to be doing every Thursday game. Friday game.
Thursday night.
Thursday
football.
night, It'll be on a Friday for us. And kicking it off this year, the defending champs, LA Rams, against the Buffalo Bills. They are, as I get the odds up here, Rams actually underdogs at 2.10. Bills favourite at $1.73. The line 2.5 points, and the total is 52 points. Now, Monsieur Corbet over there, I don't know to what degree you know NFL or how much work you have done on it, but I'm going to give you an opportunity to kick things off because I can see that someone's ripped off your bet already, so it's best that you get the chance just to say it.
Very nice of you too, and I just saw that too, so I'm a bit offended.
Someone
But
ripped off mine as well.
the
Mate, mine was in before you.
No, mine was in first, dude.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, it was. You didn't have a single bet in it by the time I'd finished.
Mine's actually more odds. Mine's fucking higher than yours. That's so funny after that.
Anyway, I'm taking the Rams. They've won their last 7 games. 5 of those have been by 1 to 13 points. All but one of the Bills' 7 losses last season was between 1 to 13 points. So Rams 1 to 13. Anytime touchdown scorer, you got to go Cup. He's just unbelievable. He was one of the top NFL players, wide receivers. I believe I've got that correct.
Experts
As
here.
ESPN.com
Can you see why we're
said.
doing less games this season?
He's the first player to achieve such high receiving yards, receptions, and running yards.
You sound like you're talking a
since
language you don't know.
2005.
It's funny, right? It's like you sound like you literally.
It sounds like he's trying to do his assignment
no,
in French.
Ethics.
Business.
Yeah, come on, mate.
Je m'appelle.
Corbet.
Anyway, Rams 1 to 3, Cup to score.
He's
You
one of
heard
the
it- you heard it
greatest
here
athletes
first.
to have
Bulldogs.
ever thrown the wide receiver.
To have ever caught the pigskin.
What's your bet, asshole?
It's going to come off, is all I know.
Yeah. Right. So what is it? Rams 1 to 13.
A cup.
Cup anytime.
I
Control C.
what?
Control V.
No, I looked at it and I thought, well, if Rams won last year, they're at home, they're the underdog, which means that it's going to be tight, but I'm going to take them 1 to 13, then Cup, who's their very fucking best, and put him in any time, 4:30.
There you go.
That's the math.
Yeah, that's the math. Well, I also like a fucking defending champion dog. You know what I mean? If you're a defending champ, game 1, and the dog, like how the fuck's that work?
At home.
Now, I'm sure plenty has happened in the NFL offseason that I haven't been privy to that may be, an indicator as to why Rams now dogs.
Well, it's not public information.
It's not public, yeah, exactly. Not in Australia, anyway. But Cup, obviously, he scores, and for the Bills, Stephon Diggs also likes to score. I'm taking margins and everything out of it because I just got to get my eye over every team before I start really looking into lines and shit like that. So I'm just going Rams Cup Diggs anytime, $7.62. I'm always great with a round one NFL tip as well. I fucking hit a monster last year, so whatever.
So I basically have the same bet as Tom. He'll claim he put his in first, but hey, maybe we just came up with it individually. But I am taking the Rams plus 2.5. I'm just giving myself that extra couple points for the Rams. And then Cup, we've gone over, and Stephon Diggs. I think NFL is probably the perfect sport for a double-ender in the sense that, possession is such a thing in NFL. It's all about possession, and it goes in these big waves, and you don't have to kick it, every 6 tackles or whatever. It is just a solid thing. So you want someone at both ends. So I'm taking Diggs for that reason.
Did I not sound as convincing as that?
Yeah. Our Greek's really trying to get this is. Yeah.
Again, one game for a reason.
One game.
One game for a reason.
I will be excited to start watching it because after doing it last year, I did start to enjoy watching it more.
It's great because you get to throw it on at, 10 a.m. it starts, and then you can just have it on in the background.
It's good. I enjoy the Friday morning, Monday morning, Tuesday morning games.
Yeah. And they're good they're good to have a little punt on, for this reason exactly. But I wouldn't necessarily be coming for nuanced NFL opinion.
It's just to be part of a good, a nice time slot of unit TV that you don't normally get.
Unit TV. It's Unit TV's back.
Yeah. It's just you get 4 hours, 3 days a week from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to have some units on the line and watch it live, which is it's all you really want.
Unit TV.
Yeah.
What's Marley and me doing?
Marley and me, I think he's a bit of a NFL dribbler because he's got some multi here. He's got Josh Allen, 3 touchdown passes, Singletary, 40-plus rushing yards, Stafford, 2 touchdown passes, and Gabriel Davis to have 45-plus receiving yards at $7.97. He sounds like a bit of an Aussie NFL fan.
Yeah, and you know what? There's almost no one more annoying than the Australian who identifies an American sports fan.
Yeah,
it's dude, no, you got to fucking cops receiving.
And they always
all right,
love
dude, we get it.
Craft beer. Nothing wrong with craft beer. Yuli's is my favourite beer, but they love the crafty stuff, and they always go to the pubs put on events for them on Monday mornings where it's try 57.
Dude, I think they like Budweiser. I think they're more they like American beer. It's dude, I love Budweiser. Relax, bro.
PBR.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. Yeah. Relax.
Where are the 42 ounces in Australia?
Yeah.
Take off your fucking Patriots jersey.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to define yourself by your love for American sport. We get it. Dude, it's actually better than rugby league. It's not, and we all know it's not, but we know that that's how you fucking...
It's good, but it's not...
Biggest sport in the world. Righto. The population is significantly bigger than ours.
They're not the world champions. Stop being stupid. Anyway, shout out to Marley and me of NFL fan fame. Let's move on. Now, huge UFC this weekend. What is it? UFC 26 what? Do we know?
I think it's 279.
279. Nate Diaz, Hamzat Chimaev. This is fucking huge. This is going to be such a fun fight. Violence guaranteed. The co-main is Tony Ferguson v. what's his name?
Li Ling
Jiang.
Yeah.
Li Ling Jiang. Let's start off with our bets for the co-main event. I seem to be the only one who's... Oh, no, we're all in there. I've just got Tony to win this one. I just like Tony. He's tough as fuck. He wasn't looking... He's looked shit of late, but then even in the fight where he got his head kicked off by Chandler, he actually looked pretty good, I thought, before he got his head kicked off. Li Ling Jiang is, he's all right. He's he's not going to fucking win a title, put it that way. But he's good. Hamzat ragdolled him. Tony Ferguson going up in weight. There are a lot of unknowns, but I'm just fuck it. I like Tony. I want him to win. 360 is pretty good for Tony to win, I think.
It's not bad. I've taken Lee to KO Tony. Tony's lost 4 on the trot. He seems a bit out of touch now, to be honest. He's been beaten pretty severely in the last few fights. So
yeah,
I'm going to take Lee to KO him. Hopefully Tony retires soon. I think he should. I don't know. I don't have a price for that though. Ned's has not yet updated the markets, but it'll be on the screen. It'll be.
They
on the
might
screen.
not be though.
But it might not be.
They will be on the social media posts. Though.
Odds on Instagram.
Yep.
There we go.
And maybe on screen.
Maybe.
Maybe on screen.
Rando.
I've gone Lee by decision. Lee's won 5 of his last 7 fights, but he hasn't landed back-to-back KO wins in his last 5 fights, and 57% of Tony's losses have been by decision, including 2 of his last 3 fights. So decision seems to be the only way here. Lee, the clear winner.
Odds on screen or on socials. Seba.
I'm just going Lee, TKO round 2. I'm back to my kind of $10. I don't know how much it will be, but it'll probably be around there. Know nothing about UFC, but this having a round 2 buy result just it gets me into it. You know what I mean? Like I'm fully into round 2, so that's how I enjoy it.
Yep. Okay. Let's move on.
I've got some
Marley
last
and
minute
me.
tips from him.
What's he got?
I think he's just going Lee win for $1.30.
Okay. Lee win $1.30. Sure. Enjoy that one, Marley and me.
Interesting.
We move on to Hamzat and Nate Diaz. This fight is it's just going to be good. It's violence. We'll
be doing a live stream.
We should be doing a live stream, TBC, but I think we're doing a live stream. There's many ways to look at this. Like, I couldn't go past the reality that Chimaev decision is 750. And I say that because Nate Diaz has never actually properly been knocked out in his fucking career. He gets dropped a lot. He just can take a punch. So there's a part of me that's like, if he just fucking stays in there, there's every chance he can get to a decision against Hamzat. But there is also a real chance that Hamzat fucks him up to the point where the referee just stops it, or his face gets split open. It's like a doctor's stoppage, a la
last fight.
Well, no, Masvidal. Because his last fight
for the
BMF, but his last fight against Leon Edwards went 5 rounds.
It did.
So I just like Chimaev. I think comfortably wins, but then Nate can also pull shit off, man. I don't know. Fuck it, Chimaev. Just for a decision, 750.
Yeah, I was the same thinking. 750 is fucking juicy. You're not going to submit him. You might be able to KO him, but the guy's got one of the great chins of all time in the history of chins, and that needs to be considered. If you're going to dangle a 750 carat in front of me, where the guy's fucking incredible on the ground and has one of the great chins of all time, I'm going to take that.
Yeah.
Know that. I want this to be a war. I think Chimaev will win the early rounds, but I just want fucking Nate to come over the top like he always does. I'd love to see him win, to be honest, but that seems unlikely. Anyway, 750, got to take it.
Easy. I'm going Chimaev decision as well. Nate Diaz hasn't recorded a UFC win in the last 3 years. 77% of his losses have been by decision. This will be a 5-round fight. 3 of his last 4 5-round fights have been resulted in a decision. Chimaev, of course, has an 11-0 record. That's why I'm taking him. And although he has won 1 fight by decision, which was his last fight as well, this is his first 5-round fight and maybe a different tactic to last those longer rounds. So maybe might not come out of the gates off the back fence from the get-go. Might play around for a little bit longer.
Nice.
Nice. I just went submission because I find submissions fun to bet on. So Chimaev submission round 2, 9.75. Look, seeing a knockout's great. And you get a bigger kick, but something about submissions. Just a fan.
I believe Nate Diaz is a jiu-jitsu black belt, so it will be difficult to submit. But, I mean, fuck, Chimaev's a psycho, so who knows?
But when you know nothing, you got to go against the grain, I feel.
Absolutely. That's almost a quote.
That to submit Nate Diaz in the second round is 9.75, but a decision 750, it seems a bit skinny around 2 submission.
Yeah. It does. Let's move on, though. That's UFC. Very horny for the UFC. Now, time to scoop units. This is probably the most conservative unit scoopers we've seen for a while, certainly for me. But I'll let you go first, Sebo. What are you doing?
I'm just going in finals. You get a little bit of extra juice in the anytime try scorer prices because it is finals footy. But I'm still just sticking to my guys that get tries. So I'm going Sivo. Munster, even though he doesn't get them regularly, he's been getting them a bit this season, but he scores in big games. Mulatalo and Tupu. And that's 22.34 because, like, if you betted on that 3 weeks ago, it would be like $10, I reckon. You know, it's that finals footy extra juice you get. So you don't need to overthink things, I think.
Yep. Edward?
Sure. I have gone with 4 try scorers. My natural instinct was to go with fucking people that I always go with, or people that seem like most likely to score. But I'm like, hang on, when it comes to the unit scooper, we're fucking cold. Maybe just look for like slightly out of the box a little bit. So that's why I've got Jerome Hughes to kick things off. The guy scores a lot. He's not like natural first selection, but that's why he goes in there. Latrell Mitchell, you said earlier, he'll be fucking pissed off after that loss last week. Got booed near to death. I think he comes out and he's a sniff. Ronaldo Mulatalo, again, because he scores every week, I just feel comfortable with him. And Taylor May, the headline thing, I've got him. He's in every bet for me this week, so he better fucking score. $30.79.
Yeah, there you go. See, that would be like $14 last week.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
There's money to be made here.
Yeah.
There's money to be made.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to sit there honestly and tell me, all of you at home, and all of my little fucking losers who've got pebbles in your pockets trying to save the fucking kingdom, are you going to tell me that Sivo, Rapana, Tuolangi, and Suwali don't all score this weekend? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Of course they do. And you're going to get $32.11 of that. That gets me still 10 units down, but like, fuck, that's not bad, right? That's the right direction. Yeah. That's the right direction. That's building the walls back up, baby. Let's go. That's fucking money for Jan.
Yeah, so you've quit the 5,000.
Well, there's no point. There's no point. It's not
Good
coming
Lord.
off.
He's all over the place. He's all over
I'm
the shop.
rebuilding the walls, mate. You got to take your lessons and you got to learn. You got to learn and move forward. So, I mean, anyone to look at that and get on it. Everyone will get on it. That thing will trend nationally. Rando, what are you doing? This looks weird.
I've gone really conservative this week, going away from the try scorers and going more towards the results, but also not knowing what results could happen in this round. I've taken either team by less than 12 in the first 3 finals. So Penrith v Parramatta, we're talking that the last 6 finals games Penrith have played, they've won by 4 points or less. Melbourne and Canberra was talking about how only one game that Melbourne have played in their last 9 finals, only one game they've won by 13 plus points. And then you got Cronulla v North Queensland. Both of the finals they played in Sydney have been by 1 to 12 margin. And then I'm just taking Roosters minus 4.5 because I just reckon they could be a humping at Allianz Stadium on Sunday. Sorry, Sebo.
Oh, good.
That's $10.
I like the bet, but for $10,
I hate
you
it.
can just
I know, it's not enough value,
throw it to Lungy first time.
I hate
first try scorer.
I just want to
actually-
win. After last week, I put my hat on, brain staying together.
Okay. I think, and I got a lot of respect for you and the work you do, and, just you as a man generally and as a sex symbol of the show, that's the worst bet you've ever put on.
I'll take it.
That's
but
the
when
worst
it wins,
bet I've ever seen.
I'll take it too.
Well, okay. You're gonna have to answer for your crimes. Thank God it's not part of the kitchen sink multi. How's that for a segue? Which is what we do.
I've still got Lippy's unit scoop.
Oh, has he got a unit? Oh, of course they do. Fucking awful segue. What's he doing?
Look, his screenshot doesn't have the price, but he's got Collingwood 1 to 39, Melbourne Demons 1 to 39, Taylor Mader score, Melbourne Storm 1 to 12, North Queensland plus 2.5. So those odds will be on screen, but that's Lippy's unit scooper.
Well, makes me feel better about my bet.
Yeah, I feel
much better.
I feel nothing for that bet. I feel emotionally just sort of like numb.
That bet
to that
feels
bet.
dead inside.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's as dead as the
Well,
dog
it's as
at the
dead
end
as
of
the
that
dog.
movie.
Yeah. That's his last bet. The dog dies.
The dog
it.
dies. So that's
why he
shit.
started off so well, and then the dog gets sick.
And then the dog gets old and
Yeah.
it dies, and the movie just peters out, and everyone's in tears.
Yeah, he's fucking followed the movie to a T.
Kitchen sink multi, punters and dribblers. We each pick a leg, chuck them into the pot, into the sink, as it were, and we try and fucking rip and tear. We are 2 from maybe 5, I think, now. But I'm just going Tuolangi at 270. Come on. That is fucking juice, baby. Boost juice.
Boost juice.
Not an ad.
I've got Taylor Mader $1.98.
I've got Ronaldo Mulatalo loves scoring tries at Shark Park.
I got AJ owed $1.78.
Mate, that's
And that's what's that paying?
$18.55.
Exactly. That's my point, dude. A
Yeah.
Finals Footy ATS is go, you guys that get it. You get juice. Because last week we had like Talakai and shit in there, and it was like $12.
Well, you had Talakai.
Yeah.
in there.
You had Talakai.
You had Talakai.
Well, I'm just the multi had Talakai.
Yeah.
We'll just make just pointing out what you had.
that had him in.
no one else's legs
well,
hit. Yeah.
no, well,
Mine did.
Mine didn't, but I feel like that was off the back of having Talakai in there. It sort of set the tone.
Nano's gone quiet. He's gone cold.
I think he scored on the. Oh, he didn't score on the weekend. He scored the week before. I mean, one game without a try.
Did he score the week before?
Yeah, he did.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Take that back.
Calm down. That's us, punters, dribblers. Thanks for tuning in for another week. Shout out to Neds for all your support. Make sure that if you are having a punt, you're doing it with Neds. Take the Neds level. Do it responsibly, please. Forever Manly 13+. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.